alleged that the driver of the tractor
Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey man, welcome to the Freight Trapping Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. James Roberts. Hey, I won't be before you long, man. I just come on here every I decided, add up, beef up my content, man, because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Like I said, we are a trucking podcast, transportation podcast. I focus on safety and compliance. I focus on getting you prepared for your CDL, getting you prepared as a driver, getting you prepared as an owner operator. I want to welcome everybody to the show. This is the AM show. We waking up this morning, man. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Freight trapping. For those our new audience or new listeners or whatever the case may be, or somebody viewing this for the first time, freight trapping is simply our way of saying we're casting our net to go out and find loads. We're casting our net to find loads. Hence, freight trapping. A net is a trap, and we trap freight. That's all it simply means. And we do this thing from the top to the bottom. Because I believe that, as my consulting company says, 18 gears, it take all the gears in this industry to help this supply chain move forward, backwards, side to side, and get you guys what you need. So here we go. I'm not gonna be here long, man. You know, when we in the back of the cab, or we in the bed of the sleeper. Hey man, you know, we just gonna do something real quick. Some news I done ran across that I think is pertinent, no matter how many people it reaches. I just like to put it out there. And man, shout out to the barbershop and the boxing section. I got a chance to talk to Mr. Fred last night, man. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. Mr. Haney, Mr. Bill Haney, Devin Haney, Haney's dad. It was a good topic, and I liked his point of view. I agree with his point of view, but objectively, you also have to look at all angles. And I understand all sides of the spectrum. So at the end of the day, man, shout out to Fred and the boxing section. The barbershop. Shout out to Carl and the boxing section. They educate me on the business side of it and of boxing, because at the end of the day, your talent is gonna get you there, but your knowledge is gonna keep you. So I believe in gaining knowledge through whatever vehicle that it comes. So, hey, let's get into this, man. Let's get into it. Shout out to Asian Ma Show again. Once again, this is for educational purposes. I'm sharing this video because he has great content. He's been doing this a long time. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm not trying to take anything away from nobody. That's why I give love where love needs. The source needs to be where I got my source from. So the Asian Ma Show is where this is coming from. And just like yesterday, it was a teachable moment, right? It was a teachable moment. Today is another teachable moment. And so let's check out the video that Asian Ma put on his page and the content. Watch this, y'all.
Trailer actually tried to leave the scene before highway authorities allege that the driver of the tractor trailer actually tried to leave the scene before highway patrol stopped him. That's according to newly obtained court documents filed against Daniel Morgan.
Says Daniel Morgan tried to walk away from the scene during the investigation and actually walk up on this exit ramp, but he was stopped before he could leave.
What's going on, mother truckers? I got to update you guys on this Mia Goodwin. Her funeral is actually today.
So here we go, man. Another fatal accident of a trucker striking an officer at this time. Now he strikes an officer. Man, how sensitive are we as a community of drivers to have this young woman, a 6-year veteran, lose her life because one of our own, and I'm going to use that loosely, and you're going to see why. One of our own failed to be safe with his tractor trailer. This is really a sad story, because if my wife was in that position and she was doing her job and something like this happened, it would devastate me. I mean, I have faith and I'm a believer, but physically, it would devastate me. Losing a loved one, any loved one, is devastating. But to have it, to lose it while, I'm just on the side doing my job, not even engaged in gunfire, but a traffic stop.
Prayers for the family. She left behind a beautiful family, 3 kids, and a loving husband. Last week I made a video saying that a truck driver basically flipped over on the I-85. Miss Mia Goodwin went to the site just to check out the location with 3 other police officers. And during that morning, a truck driver basically avoiding, not watching, not paying attention, whatever happened, didn't change lanes, and at that point crashed into 4 police officers, and Mia Goodwin passed away.
Now listen to what he says right here. The main thing when you see flashing lights, even when you see somebody pulled over, they stop on the side of the road. Man, the courtesy, to be courteous as a driver, to be a professional driver, is to get over one lane. But when you see flashing lights, or if you can't get over, slow all the way down. Don't run 65 beside a car that's pulled over, a truck that's pulled over, anything. Run 65, right? So, I mean, don't run 65. Slow it down. Bring it down. Break it down. But nowadays, we're in such a rush to get here, get there, get here, get there. And we're putting people's lives in danger. We're putting people's lives in danger. Even in a four-wheeler. I'm not just talking about 18-wheelers. Even in your car, get over, man. It's the law. Get over. When a car is stranded, get over it. No, it's worse that she's a police officer, but she's a human that lost her life because somebody didn't obey the law and get over one lane. Or if you can't get over, slow it down. And the thing about it is this here. Your Smith system goes into play when you see something like this here. Always look ahead. Always looking ahead. Always looking anywhere from 8 to 10 seconds ahead. Always trying to look up at least a quarter of a mile to see if there's any stoplights. See if there's any flashing lights. See if there's any traffic being stopped. Always looking ahead is a Smith system rule. And if you're always looking ahead and not being distracted, I'm not saying this can't happen, but the likelihood of you hurting someone, the likelihood of you not understanding that it's a crash going on, get over, is lessened. It is lessened. And this is a teachable moment. It's the law. You have to move over one lane. And this guy didn't do it. This guy did not do it, bruh. And now this young lady has lost her life. Husband has lost a wife. Kids have lost their mother. And now all of the healing that needs to be done from this. But check this out. Watch this.
Now, the investigation just actually did not have a CDL. He actually did not have a CDL. Up today, that he actually did not have a CDL.
Oh my God. Oh man. See, this is why FMCSA, DOT, this is why their jobs are extremely important. We may not like them. We may not like the way that they put in rules and regulations and stipulations and put all of this stuff in play, bro. But this is why, right here. This bro didn't even have a license. This young lady lost her life to an illegal truck driver. How he got in the truck, I don't know. How he was able to get behind the wheel of that truck, I do not know. But this is a black eye for all of the professional drivers that take the time out to do their thing, to do things the right way. Man, this is...
Investigators say the chain reaction started a half-mile up I-85 when detectives say Daniel Morgan told them he saw flashing blue lights from CMPD squad cars, which were blocking several lanes from an earlier crash. Officers say Morgan told them he didn't hard brake his truck until he was 200 feet away from the police cars.
His tags on his truck were actually fake, and here's the kicker. You know, he actually tried to walk off the site. He tried to take his dash cam out of his truck.
Injuries to 3 other officers. After the crash, troopers accused Morgan of taking an unspecified mechanical device from the dash of his truck in an attempt to hinder their investigation.
Man, look here. All the way around, this dude is off the chain. This dude is off the chain. See, this is different from the crash that happened up in Colorado with Rogel, the Cuban, Hispanic guy who got 110 years, but later the governor came back and commuted his sentence down to 10 years. You can agree or disagree with that. I've done that story that's old, but I'm still watching it because the judge came back and ridiculed the governor for doing that. And so the governor of Colorado said that I just wanted all of the publicity to stop. So because you had a lot of publicity, you wanted it to stop, you overread or overrode the judge's decision and dropped it all the way down, which I think the judge was going to cut his sentence anyway. But I think the judge just felt like the governor overstepped his bounds and didn't let him do his job. But I just didn't believe 110 years was a adequate punishment. I think it was too harsh. But then when you give the reason for lowering the sentence, commuting his sentence, as to you wanted the, and I'm quoting here, don't, I'm paraphrasing, you wanted the publicity to stop. I think the judge took offense to that. But this guy right here, in my eyes, this guy right here is the worst example of, he's not even a truck driver because he doesn't have a CDL. He stole that truck. He stole that truck. He don't have no tags. He don't have no license. And once the crash happened, he took the dash cam from the vehicle because he probably was on the phone, probably was drinking, probably was smoking, probably was doing whatever, not paying attention. How do you not see all those? How do you not see all of the flashing blue lights if you're using your Smith system? But he's not a driver, so he don't know about the Smith system. He don't know about looking ahead. He don't know about getting over one lane and slowing down when you seeing emergency vehicles on a crash site. So I guess he gonna try to say he gonna get away with, being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Being ignorant to the fact that, but you got behind the wheel of a 80. I don't know what he had on him, but guess what? You got behind the wheel of a 40,000 pound vehicle with no load. With no load, it's 40,000 pounds. With a load, it's 80. With no CDL, with no training, you got behind the wheel of that vehicle. Now, I go so far as to say that maybe he had a license at one point in time. Because there's no way you can get behind a 18-wheeler and say, I'm just going to learn how to drive. This is my first time, and just go down the highway. But he got behind that vehicle because he knew what he was doing, but he was not certified to be behind that vehicle. Hence the reason why they're coming up with all of these laws to ensure that drivers know what they're doing when they get behind the wheel of of a truck. ELDT rule coming in effect in February. You cannot walk into the DOT office and take your CDL test without having a certified certificate from a registered training facility or school or academy. You're going to have that certificate. And this the reason why. Of dudes like this the reason why, bro. Teachable moment, bro. In the industry, man, owner operators, man, make sure your guys are have all of their credentials in line. Make sure you're vetting these drivers, and I know you have to put a level of trust. It takes a lot to put a level of trust in someone to get behind your vehicle. Somebody had to trust me, but I didn't fail them, because what I'm trying to do is, once they trust me, then they'll be able to trust somebody else like me and give them an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, man, teachable moment, man. Owner operators, check your drivers. Whoever owned that truck, he probably stole that truck. Probably stole the whole load. I'm going to go back and research this here and watch this case. He probably stole the whole load. Probably stole the whole truck. I guarantee you he stole it. And I'm going to let you know. But shout out to Asia Ma for doing that, man. I'm going to play the rest of the video, but that's my spiel, man. Owner operators. If he was driving for that company, but for him having fake tags, I don't think he was driving. I think he stole that truck. Either he was working for them and lost his license and decided to stay on the highway with that truck, and they probably was looking for that truck. But I dare to say he stole that truck. I'm going to check it out, though. So let's play a little bit more of this, because I appreciate Agent Ma for his transportation news expertise.
Court documents say Morgan also admitted to placing a fictitious tag on his trailer.
When you look up his FMCSA, it actually says his company is inactive. I don't know if that's his or not, but I'm telling you, this is the wrong way, and this man is not a truck driver in my eyes. The media says he's a truck driver. At this point, he might as well have stolen a truck, because that's not how professional truck drivers operate. But mother truckers, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this. Daniel Morgan feels extremely bad about the situation.
Daniel Morgan. That's him. I don't have a huge following, and that's not why I do this. But at the end of the day, this news, baby, good, bad, or indifferent, man. Good, bad, or indifferent, man. You failed the whole trucking community. He failed the whole trucking community and brought the biggest spotlight on us as professional drivers, because he's not a truck driver. He's behind the wheel, impaired. That could be drunk, smoking, whatever. Impaired. So his judgment is way off. Even if he had a record, his judgment of getting behind the wheel while he was impaired, way off. Daniel Morgan. You want to say, shout out to Bonehead Truckers too, man. Shout out to Bonehead Truckers. If that was ever a bonehead trucker, this is him. And I don't care how nobody feel about it. He took somebody's life. He took a mother away from her kids, her husband. She probably left brothers and sisters, maybe a mom, a dad, a grandmother. But the kids are not going to have their mother there to guide them. They're not going to have their mother there to teach her daughter how to be a woman. He took that because he decided to get behind the wheel impaired. See, you can't have no love. You can't have no love and no sympathy for no guy like that. Or anybody, man, woman, whatever, to get behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler, let alone a car, but an 18-wheeler impaired and hurt somebody. He's not a trucker. Didn't have a CDL. Didn't have any tags on his trailer. Like he said, and I'm in the same realm, I dare to say he stole the truck.
But in this case, what are your thoughts?
Those are my thoughts. Hey, Jamal, you asked for my thoughts? Those are my thoughts. I appreciate you and your channel. I appreciate your journalistic go get for the transportation industry. I appreciate you bringing forward these stories because these are all teachable moments. And all I can say is, man, owner operators, check your drivers. Make sure. See, the thing about it is this. If you have, see, what I was finna say something, but I don't want to put, but I'm going to say it. But I don't want to put it on their mind. What's going to happen is you're not going to be you're not going to, as a truck driver, they're going to take away us having to renew our license every 5 years to us going to have to renew and certify our CDL-A every 2 years or every 3 years. Watch. Because at the end of the day, if I have a CDL and it's good for 5 years and I go get a job, but because I don't have the crash records or anything like that, I haven't went back and renewed it. Not renewed it, but haven't went back and nobody has had to do a check. See, that's why I can't understand. That's why I say he stole that truck. Because there's no way you're working for an owner operator unless this owner operator just was trying to make the money and he seen CDL on his license and that was good enough for him. Yeah, man, go and take this load. I got you. So they just put them in behind put them in their equipment. And maybe I don't know. I'm still in the realm of he stole the truck. But hey, man, that has been our morning wake up. Hey, man, you guys have a good day. Waking up in the sleeper. Woo, waking up in the sleeper. Go get it, y'all. Man, go get your money. Go get them loads. Be safe. Come back the way you left. Don't hurt nobody's family. Don't let nobody's family hurt you. Watch out for those four-wheelers driving to and fro. Man, keep your eyes open. Keep your hands on the wheel. Keep that left door closed. And get to where you're going and come on back home the same way you left. Dig where I'm coming from? Hey, man, this has been the Freight Trapping Podcast. Hey, man, we'll check you guys Sunday. Don't forget, Sunday, Hudson Freight in the building, 6 p.m. We're going to interview them. Broker agents in the building. Come in, ask your questions, and see what this broker agent in transportation industry is all about. Hey, man, peace. You guys have a good morning.